My next guest is no stranger to show business. In fact, she put the show in show business. You've seen her in many Broadway productions, countless TV shows and feature films, including In Living Color and Big Mama's House 2. And now she's starring in her very own one-woman show, Portraits of Love. I present to you the incomparable Roxanne Reese.
Ooh.
Hey, Roxanne.
Hey, Tyreese.
Roxanne.
I want to be my own man.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you for you, darling.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Before we get into your current project, let's talk about your great experience working with the legendary late comedian, Mr. Richard Pryor.
Oh,
How did you get a chance to be on tour with him?
Well, Richard saw me at the world famous Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard. And I met Richard, I met him years ago when I was 17. But anyway, I reminded me. And when I was performing in the original room, and this is when Richard had gone through the fire, you know, literally, and he was challenged with multiple sclerosis. So anyway, I had taken a sabbatical from the Comedy Store performing and just doing television and stuff like that. And I came back to the Comedy Store, and that night I was on stage doing my comedic singing impressions of Judy Garland, Diana Ross. They were big back then. Who's that? Beyonce now, and who else? Yeah.
There you go.
But anyway, I was Sarah Vaughan, and so he thought, this is what I heard later. He thought that I was lip singing. So anyway, I got a chance to bring him up on stage. Yeah. So I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's when Too Legit to Quit was out.
Yeah,
I said, ladies and gentlemen, MC Hammer. I said, ladies, when I was introduced, I said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the man that is too legit to quit, Mr. Richard Pryor. And they, helped him up on stage, and he whispered in my ear, "You're brilliant." And so anyway, I got a phone call the next day, and they said, Roxanne, this is Marilyn, Richard Pryor's secretary, and Mr. Pryor wants you to be his opening act in San Francisco next weekend. Now, Richard, like I said, had taken, leave of absence because he had, going through health challenges, and he was coming back doing his sit-down comedy because he wasn't able to stand up because of multiple sclerosis. So I'm thinking somebody's playing on the phone, and so I said, who is this? Don't be playing on the comedians be playing on the phone. Right. Am I doing ebonics? Anyway, comedians, play on the phone. So anyway, she said, no, this is Marilyn, Mr. Richard Pryor's secretary, and he wants you to be his opening act. So anyway, long story short, the next weekend I was sitting across from him on a Learjet on the way to San Francisco being his opening act. And for one whole year, I toured with him. And it was one of the best gigs I've ever had. First class all the way.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I love Richard, and I love him then, I love him now, and I thank him. Thank you, Richard, again.
He's not the only one. You've also worked with powerhouse comedian Mr. Martin Lawrence. Now,
yes.
How did you guys cross paths?
Well, Martin saw me at the Comedy Store and saw me do my character Shirley Thunderbutt Dupree, she has a little challenge anyway. Okay. So anyway, he saw me do Shirley at the Comedy Store. So when they needed someone for this particular character for the show, they called me, and I ended up doing 5 episodes of Martin. As a matter of fact, somebody just posted something along the one with the late Tommy Ford.
Just passed.
Yes, on Facebook with the scene,
With the scene that you was in.
Yeah, and we had a little exchange. So it was great, and that was also a great gig. Thank you, Martin. And then Martin ended up because of that, I did 5 episodes. When he decided to do Big Mama's House 2. Yeah. He said, I know who's going to fill this spot, you know what I mean? Because at first they wanted a big woman to do it. They said, no, nobody can play this drunk like Roxanne Reese. And so anyway, they called me in, and I ended up doing Big Mama's House.
Now you mentioned Shirley Dupree. Now in your last one-woman show, Me and My Shadow, you shared the stage with Miss Shirley Dupree. Now who is Shirley, and where did she come from? Right?
Well, Shirley, I guess I could say Shirley is based, my father was an alcoholic, and so I was working with a group called Mixed Nuts at the Regency West in Leimert Park, And we were doing this improv called Up Your Street, and where we would have a backs to the audience, and Cal Gibson, who was the founder of Mixed Nuts, would knock on our door, and when we turned around, we would be a character.
Yeah.
Well, that night on the stage of the Regent West, you know, and this is when Robin Harris. Robin Harris was, you know, if you weren't funny, he'd cut you down. And even if you weren't funny, sitting in the audience, he'd cut you down.
Small world.
Small. Yeah. So anyway, we were on stage, and I had no idea what kind of character I was going to be that night. And so he had gone through Cheryl Harvey. She knocked on the door. She did a wonderful character, and Lou Myers did, not Lou Myers, Dr. Lou did his character. And then he came to my door, and I was going, God, please, I mean, who am I going to be? And he knocked on my door, and I turned around, and just through magic, she just appeared, you know? And then I just started developing her because it was such a great character. Because when I turned around, I mean, they were hollering, you know, and laughing, and I just making up, say, give it up, doggone, I didn't come all the way from the Bedford Southern here tonight for you to look at me like I'm crazy. Put them hands together and give up the clap.
Sure, please. Now, you've also built an illustrious career doing comedic impressions, celebrity impressions, in fact. Now, which one did you resonate most with, and why?
Oh. Well, I love Judy Garland because Judy Garland.
Can I get a little bit of Judy? Somewhere on the rainbow. Now, why do you identify with Judy?
She's born in June, like me. We were born on the same astrological sign, Gemini, and it was just something very vulnerable about her, you know. That and I tend to identify something out of all the singing impressions that I've done, even Elvis. You know, wise men say. Well, anyway.
All right.
I gotta go to that all you eat.
There you go.
Identify something, and her vulnerability, her voice, and her mannerisms. It's just funny. It's, you know, especially as she got much more mature. You know, she's really doing the antics. You know, yeah, so Tina Turner, you know, Diana Ross. You know, Diana Ross knew what she wanted to do when she came out the womb. You know what I mean?
She's a boss.
She's hello everybody, I love you. And you all the way in the back, I can't see you, but I love you too, yes I do. But I love myself more.
Portraits of Love. The name alone makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yes.
What was the concept of Portraits of Love?
Well, you know, over the years I've gone through a lot of challenges, as we all do. We go through life challenges, we go through health challenges. And people that come into our lives who encourage us to keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
You know, and help us out one way or the other, you know. And I wanted to say thank you to some of these people who helped me along this life journey. You know, my mom. You know, my mom, I wrote a song about my mother. My mother, you know, she was 19 when she married my dad, and he was 35. Wow. And she had 8 children. She was a child raising children. But, you know, and we didn't have much after my father got sick and, you know, could no longer provide for the family. But she would make a meal out of much of nothing, and I wrote a song. Mama made a meal out of much of nothing, but when she was done it was something good, so good, so good. Yeah, and you know, I do a little comedy about that because grits was a staple.
Of course, still is a staple.
Still is. I hate grits to this day. But yeah, so I wanted to say thank you to some of these people, to some of the many people who've helped me along this life journey. Richard's in there, you know, Portrait of You, you know, and my family, my friends. So I wrote about 6 songs in the show, and yeah, and it just came. It just magically or just organically came, you know, and it's it's a great show. It's a healing show. It's a healing show for me, and everyone who comes, the comments that I get say it touched them in places they never thought were there.
And when you said healing, that I also understand that this was a time when you created a show that was a dark period in your life or a very sad moment. Can you talk about that?
Well, I lost my brother John, and you know, we hadn't had a death in our immediate family in 36 years. You know, my father passed, and my brother, he was the 3rd child. I'm the 2nd child, so I was very close to him, and it was devastating because we didn't know he was ill. You know, and so that was very devastating for me, and I wanted to. I mean, the way he left this planet, he was magnificent. He was amazing. I mean, he said, "I'll be glad when I have my new life," you know. And we were all there. All his siblings were all there. He had quit his job in Virginia to move to Atlanta to help our baby sister take care of our 80. Well, she was 83 then. Mama was 83. She's 86 now. And he did. Nobody could do it better than Johnny. You know what I mean? He would, I come to Atlanta thinking I, you know, could help. Well, you know, well, I think we need to put Mom on a gluten-free diet. He said, get out of here with all that Hollywood crap, you know. But he, you know, so I was going to name the show 9 Days with Johnny. But it just evolved the way it evolved, you know. And there's a section about John and a section about my friends. I wrote a song called Good Friends. Good friends, y'all, I got good friends. Good friends, y'all. I'm gonna tell all of it. Y'all gotta come and see.
You gotta come see the show.
Right.
What do you want the audience to walk away after watching Portraits of Love?
I want them to walk away with a sense of encouragement, to continue their journeys. You know, we are all challenged now in some form or another, and I want them to. Just like one lady came to the show and she said, I want to buy another ticket for my daughter because there's a section in there about health challenges, and her daughter was about to have surgery, and I've had, you know, surgery, and she said, I want her to see this so she won't have so much fear about having the surgery. You know, so I want them to walk away with a sense of encouragement that to continue this journey, and all the adversities that we go through. You can overcome them.
Absolutely.
You know, you can overcome them if you just trust and believe that this is just trust and believe. This is just a period. This is a moment.
A moment.
This is a moment, and that moment will pass.
Yes.
You know, but you know.
Some people want to live there though.
And you know, when I used to live there, I used to lay on the floor 3 days with my blood and nothing like that. You know, that was back then. But just like my girlfriend Jennifer said, she said to me, Roxanne, we ain't got time to pause. I don't have time to pause and wallow in depression. Yes, I just lost another friend, Alice Arthur. Just a great comedian. As a matter of fact, you know, she was the one that I remember, you know, first doing Diana Ross and impressions, you know, and stuff like that. She's a great comedian. And I lost her Monday. And I was devastated because she came to my show and she didn't look as well as I, you know, had known her to look. And somebody just said, call her, call Alice, call Alice. And I didn't. Yeah. And when I got the call, I knew that someone was calling me to tell me that she had passed. So I felt guilty about not calling. And the fact that just like that brings us presence of mind of our own mortality. You know what I mean? And you know, somebody said we don't really cry for them, we cry for ourselves. But no, I cry for Alice because, you know, and we cry for them and ourselves. So you know, I stayed to go back to I stayed in the house all day that Monday. And then my girlfriend's voice, Jennifer's just voice, we don't have time to pause. I got a show to do. I got to pick myself up, dust myself off, all the negativity, all the sorrow, all the sadness. Because people want to come and laugh. But in order for me to make you laugh, I got to be laughing.
There you go.
I got to feel good. So
before we let you go.
Oh, really?
Time flies, right? When we're having fun. We're good friends. Tell the audience where can we go to purchase tickets. Where's the show running and how long is it running?
The show, I have 2 nights. We're back. We're remounting the show at LA 3rd on 43rd, 23 in Leimert Boulevard in Leimert Park.
Yeah.
We have a Saturday, November 12th at 7 o'clock, and Sunday, November 13th at 5 o'clock.
And we get tickets where?
And you can get tickets dial 213-479-2081, and you can purchase your tickets there, and, or you know, through me, or you can just call that number and make a reservation.
Nice.
You know, but pre-sales are better.
Of course.
Because I'm looking to pack the house both times, just like we did. We did a good job, and Tyreese, you did a wonderful job with my PowerPoints. I mean, this man is incredible. Not only is he a good host,
Thank you.
yes, but he's an incredible artist.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you.
Yes. So did I say was I clear about where they could get tickets?
You was clear, she was clear.
Yeah, right.
LA 3rd, so we want to thank my guest, Roxanne Reese, the incomparable Roxanne Reese. Don't miss her one-woman show. It's coming back 2 nights only, November the 12th.
Yes.
November the 12th and 13th. That's a Saturday, and the Sunday is at LA 3rd. You can go to her phone number to get more information. You also go to Facebook too, right?
No, because I just joined Facebook, and man, y'all call me up. I'm still old school. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, call me up or email me.
Email is fine. I want to thank Roxanne. Don't go away. We have more show after this.
What about me?